Hey everybody, it's Under My Cap and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be talking about the WorldBorder command. Now this command is a really cool command as it allows you to do a whole bunch of things with restricting players as well as doing a whole bunch more with the area of the world. So before we start, let's just go through all the commands quickly. So the command is WorldBorder and it has 6 different types of sub-commands which you can use in the command. So we've got add, center, damage, get, set, and warning. And all of these commands, they play a very important role in the WorldBorder, and they're just really useful and all extremely easy to learn. So let's just start off with the set command. It's a command which is used to set how wide the area is, or how big the area is for your WorldBorder. And let's say I wanted to set the WorldBorder so it is just around me here. So basically what I'll do is I'll do set 10. And you'll actually notice the WorldBorder isn't here yet because the WorldBorder is actually at 0 coordinates. The WorldBorder always goes out from the 0 coordinates mark. And as you'll notice here, if I can pull this up properly, right here, you'll notice that the coordinates are very much not near 0 at all. To actually set the center of the WorldBorder to where I am right now, we'll need to use the next command, which is the center command. Now the center command, as I said before, centers the WorldBorder, and to do that all you have to do is press center and type in your coordinates of where you want the center. So in my coincidence, I just want to type in 2 titles, and basically that will just set the center to where I am standing right now. Okay, so now that we've got this WorldBorder, let's talk about a few things. So the WorldBorder itself, you can actually not break the blocks on the other side of it. So you notice here, I cannot break it. It restricts me from the area outside. Mobs can freely move. Unfortunately, that mob there is out of my... Oh, actually, no, it moved. It might walk soon. I think it's out of my distance for it to process. But you notice that. And everything inside here is able to be edited, moved, everything like that. And as you notice, everything out here cannot be done. And so actually, if you want to expand your WorldBorder, you can do a whole bunch more things. So if you're lazy, kind of like me, and you don't really want to keep on setting the blocks, and you kind of just want to go or set it as you go, you can actually do it really simply. So the next command which we'll look at is the add command. Now the add command basically says it all. It adds more area to the area of the WorldBorder, or gets rid of. I don't know why it's add if you get rid of it. Basically, negative numbers subtract the area and positive numbers add to the area. So let's say if I wanted to add 5 blocks, type add, and you'll notice it adds 5 blocks. And I can do this as much as I want, and the area gets really big. But if you actually wanted to do it over time, now this is a timed expansion, you can simply just type in the same command you would do, and you type in your time. So let's say I want to add 5 over 5 seconds. You'll notice it will go green and the blocks will actually slowly move out for 5 seconds and go back to blue. Now if I wanted to do the same but remove, I just simply change the distance to negative, and you'll notice it will go red and it will move in, and it will also take up area. Now if you're on the outside of the WorldBorder, you can actually escape it, except you'll deal damage to yourself if you are in survival. Now I noticed there are a few flaws you can actually do to get out of the area. One of them is ender pearl. You can actually ender pearl out of the area and yeah, just get out. So you can actually move out. You can go back in, except you can't go back out. Of course, ender pearl, yeah, because it teleports you to another place. The next one is get. Now get is basically a command which just tells you the information about the WorldBorder, so it'll just tell you how wide it is. Now the next command is damage. Now this is how much damage the WorldBorder will give you when you actually leave the area. So let's change the amount of damage to 0.1. So you'll notice every time I move 1 block out into the WorldBorder, I will lose 0.1 of my health, or per each second. So you'll notice I'm outside and the warning zone is about 3 blocks, but as soon as I go onto the, maybe it's 6 blocks, you'll notice I'll start losing health. The further I go, so let's say I go all the way over here, I'll die instantly because I went too far away. And of course, you can even be harder with this. Let's change it to 1, and I'll get rid of 1 health a second. Walk out, you notice that I lose a lot of health as I go out, and it's just ridiculous. You can do this to a massive amount. Like literally, you can make it so it kills you straight away when you go out of the zone. Now, the buffer is actually how far, or the distance of blocks before you take more damage. So if I did 10, it will basically increase the damage per that many blocks. So, so far, if I changed my damage to, let's say, 0.01, if that's, oh, that is possible. I enderpearled out of here. Oh, what the? I don't know what those are. But, so you can walk out, you notice that after 10 blocks, I start taking damage, and that's the buffer. So the buffer is the distance of how far away you can be from the world border to over here. Okay, so basically, next one is warning. Now, warning is a type of feature used to warn the player if they're getting too close or too far away from the world border. And this is really useful as well because in previous versions it actually didn't have this, but now it actually tells you if you're going too far away from the border. As you can see, nothing pops up on my screen, but let's change the warning to, let's say, 10. You notice that my screen starts to get red as I get closer to the world border. Now the warning basically just does this to warn the player that they're too close. If I change this to 100, my screen's going to be really red, and you'll notice it just stays red because I'm always closer than 100 blocks to the world border. And if I change it to, let's say, 1, you'll notice it doesn't really warn me until I kind of really am on the world border. But yeah, so that's about it for the WorldBorder command. Hopefully my updated version helps a little more. But if you did enjoy it, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel with the bell. That would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you don't follow me on my socials are in the description below, as well as my website, which you can visit. And my website contains a whole bunch of blog posts about commands, like particle commands, play sound commands, a whole bunch more. So if you want to check that out, it's in the description below. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya.